Hello, you're watching Proactive. I'm joined by Technology Minerals CEO Alex Stanbury. Alex, great to see you. You've announced that Technology Minerals plans to step away from the planned RTO of its 48.35% owned recycling business, Recyclus. Can you talk me through the thought process with this?
Yeah, certainly, Stephen, and thank you for having me here today. The reality is that the market conditions are such that the market cap of TM1 currently sits way below the value of that we feel of our combined assets, even with Recyclus and the 48.35% of Recyclus taken out of the equation. I think we're undervalued. So if we then add that in, there's really no way of doing this deal. A reverse takeover means that the London Stock Exchange required readmission capitalization of 30 million. So, although we believe that Recyclus has a valuation of that, if we were to do that with TM1, we'd wipe out the TM1 shareholders at this value. So, it's quite clear from our side that the value of Recyclus is not being reflected in the share price. So, it makes sense to continue to grow the business and get it to a stage where it's demonstrable that the value it has, and that will in turn give the value to TM1 shareholders.
What does this mean for Technology Minerals going forward, Alex?
Continue to be a big supporter of Recyclus, and obviously there's still the loan between the companies, so it'll still very much have an involvement in that respect. But it does mean that Technology Minerals will focus in the meantime on its exploration assets. As our shareholders know, we're in the final throes of signing the deal for the Leinster lithium asset, and we expect to be able to announce that in short order. And that's a valuable asset to Technology Minerals, and we'll bring in some much needed cash next year. And then we still have Spain, Cameroon. And those assets we're currently looking to do deals on as well, and Idaho as well. So, we just continue along the same vein of being an incubator for exciting exploration projects in the battery metal space. And to date, they've actually produced good returns for us, and hopefully will continue to do so.
And the strategy for these exploration assets?
Yeah, it's the same strategy we've always had, really. It's capital light, and incubation, really taking them up the value curve and bringing in larger players with larger amounts of capital than we have, to either joint venture them or to acquire them outright. So there will be a source of income, or a source of a capital gain for TM1 in the future.
What does this mean for Recyclus going forward?
Recyclus will raise its own capital. It's already in discussions with potential strategic partners and funding partners. And at this point, it's important to protect the value of Recyclus, and to demonstrate the value of Recyclus. It's a growing business, and it's doing extremely well. It's bringing on household names as supply partners, etc. And so it's really at this point necessary to bring in the capital so that it can function and get through to profitability. And then there's an opportunity to revisit the potential for a merger at a later date.
Well, Alex, I hope you'll keep us updated on developments of both companies. Thank you very much for speaking with us today.
Pleasure. Thanks for having me.
That's Technology Minerals CEO Alex Stanbury.